Hello, this is Vanessa Chamberlain, Press Secretary for Americans Serving Americans. And today I have a very special guest with me who's got an incredible product that he's created. You're going to want to see this. Hi, Dr. Lomax. How are you?
Hi, Vanessa. I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent, thank you. I'm so excited for this interview today because I have personal experience with this product. But before I start talking about my personal experience, I want you to introduce yourself to the audience and tell us a little bit more about you and your background.
Sure. I'm Dr. Lomax. Friends and all people close that know me well call me Lenny, and I tend to go by that. But my background is I'm an MD, and my background is in orthopedic surgery, where I had extensive experience in sports medicine and joint reconstruction and all those great things, but also had experience in dealing with pain and managing it because obviously we either treated it or caused it, obviously sometimes from what we were trying to do to help folks, but kind of comes with the territory. But I had a significant interest in nutrition and plants and so forth going back to college when I was playing sports, and that was kind of the impetus for my interest in supplements and plant-based medicine. And then seeing what I saw in medicine that I thought was a non-optimal way to treat folks in terms of not really healing them and often making them worse, that really motivated me to develop a solution to what I thought was a big problem with prescription and OTC drugs, just because of side effects and just a non-optimal, health or just the problems it was causing people. So anyway, that was kind of the motivation. But my background was in medicine and orthopedics, and specifically in sports and joint replacement.
Excellent. Yes, and I've studied natural health for 31 years myself, as we talked about previously. Studied, practiced, and taught. So I'm 100% with you on this journey of natural medicine being better for you than prescription medication. And I do seriously appreciate you being an MD who is willing to look into that, because I don't meet many doctors who are willing to look into that, because it's off the beaten course, so to speak. It's not what you're taught in college. So yeah, I seriously appreciate that about you.
No, Western medicine is excellent in a lot of ways, but then it's also somewhat flawed in certain respects. But as being a problem solver, you look for solutions, right? So
Correct.
If we know that there's healing qualities in various plants, and we know that because a lot of the drugs, medicines, actually originally the source was a plant, but then we start creating them artificially, synthetically, which would tend to cause problems because you don't have the protective characteristics of the plants anymore, right? So it just made sense to me that, well, if we could really create plant-based solutions and begin to integrate them into healthcare and medicine overall, we would obviously be providing people with a better quality of life, improved health. And of course, you want to validate things, and you can't just say, oh, well, hey, it's a plant and it should be fine. And I mean, we see a lot of that. Obviously now we got a huge controversy going on right now in battle with marijuana and things like that. Mm-hmm. But a lot of plants have, positive benefits, but you should test and validate them for what you think that is going to be helpful for. So there's some science that, is behind it. But I think that in Western medicine, we need to evolve from a very rigid, somewhat arrogant approach to, hey, we know everything. And that's just not the case, especially given the nature of the country in terms of, people chronically ill. And, obviously we're in the middle of one of the worst epidemics the country's ever seen, around opioids. And opioids that go back, most people don't know this, it goes way back to like the 300 BC generation in terms of the poppy plant.
Right.
This stuff's been going on for a long time. Mm-hmm. And now it's just very pervasive. But there's solutions, right? And so we're focused on developing these solutions that are going to be good for people, not harm them, and help them. So, and we believe in the power of nature. So we'll definitely focus on that.
Right. And your product, Levare, am I saying that correctly? Levare?
That is absolutely correct. We hear everything. We hear Levare. Yeah, Levare is a soap, by the way.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, Levare, actually, it means soap in Spanish. But yeah, it's Levare. Okay. That is correct.
Right. And so Levare is for pain management, correct?
Correct. Yeah, Levare we specifically designed as a pain relief supplement. For regulatory purposes in this country, is
Right.
classified as a dietary supplement or a nutraceutical. Some countries classify them as phytoceuticals now, but yeah, it's still classified as a nutraceutical or a dietary supplement for
Right. And
pain.
that's
For
And
pain.
that's amazing because there's so many people right now who are addicted to pain pills. Like you were talking about the opioid epidemic right now, right? So, and I know that there are doctors out there who are reluctant or hesitant to be prescribing these pain medications to even existing patients who've had to take them for chronic pain. Now, Levare will be able to replace those. Am I mistaken on that?
No, ultimately, part of the big picture objective is to provide a safe, natural alternative option, to things like just prescription painkillers in general and OTC as well. So, I mean, opioids obviously is the class right now that is really just problematic because
Mhm.
most, they've been this just not prescribed appropriately because of just really we just poor information and data right early on. So that was
Right.
very misleading. And then the marketing that was behind it and so forth. So then you have these. It's multifactorial in terms of the problem, but most of the painkillers in general have very negative side effects, right?
Yeah.
And so
Right.
and it doesn't matter if it's prescription or OTC. Most people take OTC painkillers, and
Yeah.
they think that they're generally safe. If you take them, a one-off or periodically, they're not generally going to harm you. But most people are taking things chronically because they're dealing with, chronic conditions and so forth. And so we have a whole host of issues with these painkillers in general. So
Right.
we wanted to really provide some safe natural alternatives in the form of a plant-based solution that people could use as an alternative to opioids or Tylenol or Motrin or Celebrex or Lyrica, whatever it is,
Right.
but a natural solution that can be an alternative option.
Right, and that's amazing. So you mentioned chronic use, correct? So people who have chronic pain, would migraines be included in that list of chronic conditions?
Yeah, I mean, it
Chronic
could
conditions?
be actually migraines and headaches in general could be classified. Well, migraines could be classified as both acute and chronic, right? Because
Right.
typically
Oh,
people who
okay,
have
right.
migraines, generally, have them, they've had a history of them. So it's been a chronic problem for them. Hey,
I have a cat. I'm sorry.
that's awesome.
I don't
Hey,
usually have her down here with me in the studio, so I
that's
apologize.
awesome. Now we're going to give him he or she some knowledge and and actually we'll be working on something for pets and animals soon too. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, which is let's just say they deal with the same issues, interestingly enough. But yeah, migraines tend to be a chronic issue, but sometimes they obviously they come on acutely too. So that's I would probably classify migraine as acute.
Okay.
Acute it can be acute on a chronic problem.
Okay, because I've heard of people saying, "Oh my gosh, I get migraines all the time," so I would consider that a chronic, but acute is
Absolutely.
correct as well. So, also, how about, and I don't want to talk about all the conditions that could be helped with this because I'm certain there's a laundry list. How about something like rheumatoid arthritis? Because I do know people suffer from that chronically.
Yeah, I mean, what's interesting about that? Absolutely, people have gotten tremendous relief that have rheumatoid arthritis. Interestingly enough, and sadly, like my mother was actually part of the motivation, for why I started working on this. She had a long history of rheumatoid arthritis. Came on when I was in college, actually.
Wow.
It changed my trajectory even when I was playing college football. I wanted to play pro, but I changed my, trajectory in terms of focus on that to just focus on, medicine to really try to come up with solutions because what they were prescribing for her was just making her worse and worse. And then ultimately over the years, I saw the negative effects of the steroids and the naproxen and, it was really frustrating because I knew the physicians and, it was it's one of those situations where and I kind of appreciate it more now where I was really not happy with what they were providing for her for treatment because it wasn't improving, it was making her worse. I
Oh,
think it
yeah.
happens to a lot of people, but they didn't have any other options, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was always the kind of the response I would get from colleagues. Well, why you guys continue to prescribe this stuff? And their response to me is, well, what else are we going to use, right? And so
Right.
I said, okay, that's legitimate. So we're going to focus on providing some better alternative solutions that work and are safe. But people generally, our experience so far has been phenomenal with folks that have had rheumatoid, because a few of the ingredients work really, really well for inflammatory conditions. And technically, I'm not supposed to, because it's a supplement, I'm not supposed to make claims per se.
Right.
But
well, don't do anything that's going to get you in trouble.
Yeah. No, we're speaking facts. We've tested and we've gotten great response from folks that have had. Let's just put it this way: there have been many people with rheumatoid arthritis that feel that they've felt significantly better.
Good. Yeah, that is amazing. It's amazing. Now, I said that I was going to talk about my results, and I will do that in just a minute. I'm so excited I can barely bite my tongue here, but I want to. The place that I tried your product was at the American Serving Americans Eagle's Nest Showcase. So let's talk about that first. How did that go for you? How did it feel to be in front of our Eagles and presenting your product?
Oh no, it was awesome. It was a pretty it was exciting, and to see, first and foremost, to see what ASA is doing, is what really piqued my interest. The mission that you guys are focused on was really impressive to me, and really synergistic with what we're about in terms of really focused on helping people, providing solutions to some of these serious problems, and then really making it mission oriented, right? So that really impressed me, and obviously the people in your organization were just awesome, and it was exciting to engage with the Eagles. Some of them I knew, and it was just awesome to see the business model. I can see that it's going to help a lot of people, and I'm just really excited for you guys as well. But no, it was great. It was a lot of fun.
And I know that I think you got a unanimous vote from all the Eagles. I think you got all of them on board with Levare.
yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I learned this years ago. Like, most doctors don't learn business, but I was taught by some pretty savvy business folks early on that, to be a problem solver, and probably was part of a military school background, but because I was a military school kid, is if you have a problem, try to come up with serious solutions for them, right? And then implement a plan that's, you can execute, right? So, most people in this world at some point have to deal with pain.
Yes, they do.
And, and unfortunately, we live in an age where a lot of people have chronic pain issues, Yeah. So we're really focused on providing them with a safe option. But at any rate, the experience was phenomenal, and definitely excited about collaborating with ASA and the Eagles, and obviously their backgrounds pretty synergistic in certain regards with what we want to do, and so I think it's going to be pretty exciting to work together.
You have one of our Eagles who is a huge supporter of your project. Do you want to let that out of the bag, or do you want to keep that to yourself?
Nah, well, Evander is Evander's a great guy. I mean, obviously, most people have heard of Evander, Holyfield, and 4-time, heavyweight champion, and just a man of purpose and faith, and just a great overall, human being. I mean, just a good person. So, obviously Evander, having been in the contact sport business for, a long period of time, I've worked, with a lot of these guys, either be football or MMA or boxing, but Evander, as a Hall of Fame, famous, boxer, been boxing since he was a kid, he is no stranger to pain, right? So, of course, Evander, had the opportunity to experience the positive benefits of what we developed, and not just, of course, appreciating it for himself, but understanding the significant impact that this type of product can make in the lives of many, many people. So now it's definitely exciting to have someone like Evander be supportive, and obviously we want to also help support him and what he's doing with his boxing promotions company and the young fighters. and what they're trying to do there to really provide a platform for them, and even, just going way above and beyond what most of these companies do, but even, giving those guys access to the things they're going to, take care of them health-wise as well. So it's just such a great synergistic fit. So we're definitely honored to have someone like Evander be supportive of what we're doing.
Right, exactly. Okay, my turn. Okay, so while we were there at the Eagle Showcase, okay, as you remember, I had on some 4-inch, I think they're 4-inch heels. It was the first time I'd ever worn them. I had just purchased them. They're beautiful. I love them. But it was the first time I'd ever worn them. Anyone who wears shoes knows that you should probably break shoes in before you decide to stand from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. in the same
Yeah.
So I walked up to you in the middle of the event and I said, Dr. Lomax, I think I'm going to have to try your product because I am in terrible pain, not just my feet, but my back. My back was hurting. And you said, well, take 2.
Yep, that's right.
And you went and you got them for me because Evander was palming 2 of the bottles at that time. So you went and you got them for me, and I took 2. And then I went back to work because I can't just stand there and chat, with anybody I want to. I had to work.
Yeah.
So now, when I've told people this story, they said, how long between that time and the time that you and I chatted again? I can't tell you because I was working. I keep saying maybe 20 minutes. I don't know. I wasn't watching the clock. I was working.
Sure.
So maybe you can clarify on the amount of time. But then instead of me telling people what happened at that point, I want you to tell them what happened at that point. Okay.
Sure. Yeah, no, I remember it well. It's actually, it's what's interesting is it's something that we see commonly, right, in terms of, the effects. So obviously, as I saw you working diligently, I could also see, your facial expression that just, really indicated that you were having some discomfort, Yeah. And so obviously I've been trained to pick this stuff up. Right. So, I wanted to, obviously see if we could provide you some relief. And obviously when women are trying to work in, 4-inch heels, that can be, a challenge and uncomfortable after, a significant period of time on your feet. So, right. So yeah, absolutely. I said, well, this would be a good aha moment, which is what we see often. And so I definitely told you to take 2, and obviously people can take more, but it's more kind of just understanding where you are pain wise at the time. Sometimes it's less. Sometimes if you're in severe pain from a migraine or toothache or something like that, then you go a little more, go bigger. But in this case, you're a thin, lean lady, so it's not like you need would need a big, huge dose because it's pretty potent. So yeah, I said, hey, take 2, and got those for you. And then probably about, let's see, because we had a couple of folks go, so maybe 15, 20 minutes. It works pretty fast, so it may have been. I waited a little longer just to double check. So it may have been 20, 25 minutes or so. And then I came up to you and said, so hey, so how you feeling? And you said,
I was confused. I think actually
like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, your words were, how'd it work? And I was like, how'd what work?
Yeah.
I was confused by what you were talking about.
Exactly. You were like, you basically forgot that you were. So what happens is,
totally forgot.
It's like a light switch just flips and it's gone. So people forget that they actually were in pain, and they're just going about their activities and feeling good until you ask, and then like, hey, so how'd that work for you? How you feeling? And the response is, well, what are you talking? Wait a minute, I don't have any pain. My pain is gone. So it's kind of this aha moment where it's just all, and people realize that, wow, that really worked. That really worked. So it's pretty cool.
And that was huge for me because after studying, like I told you, after studying, teaching, and practicing natural health myself for 31 years, I don't buy into a lot of these claims that the supplements say, because more than not, I've been disappointed with the results, right? Make high promises, get low end results. So when you asked me, I was like, oh my back doesn't hurt. I was like, it doesn't hurt at all. So I was completely surprised. And I'm going to tell you the truth, as a mom and as a person who's at my computer, working diligently, working away every day, doing dishes, cleaning the house, whatever I'm doing, I think about Levare all the time because my back hurts. Or like when I lay down at night, I'm like, oh, massage would be great, or a chiropractor appointment, or Levare. you know, but I'm not one who is quick to take an over-the-counter or prescription medication at all. So I'm not quick to take Advil or any of those other, what are they called, NSAIDs? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't say the doctor terms, but yeah, so I'm not quick to take any type of medication. But if I had a bottle of Levare here, I know I would take that. I know for a fact that it works. I am living proof that Levare works, and Evander is too, but I'm talking here, not Evander.
Yeah. Evander is like hoarding all of the.
He really was. You said, well, go get some. And I said, Evander just grabbed 2 bottles and walked away. I wasn't going to box Evander for a bottle of Levare.
No, I don't think we're going to be boxing Evander. He's still in great shape. We're not going to pick a fight with the champ, you know.
Right.
The former heavyweight champ on top of that. So.
Right, exactly.
If he was a featherweight maybe, but
maybe
not the heavyweight. But no, I mean it's and that's what one of the things that we really love about what we're doing, and you know, not only just to create something that's safe, effective at work, but when you give people that relief, I mean, people don't want to be in pain. I mean,
right.
Is debilitating often, limits people's activity. I mean, it causes extra stress, you know.
Yes.
Now, imagine all of that, and then you have this, like, oh, I just feel great, you know.
Right.
And you don't have to worry about being addicted to it or, you know, distorting your cognitive function. Or, I mean, it's just so many advantages, you know.
Or being bad on your liver, your kidneys.
Exactly. One of the things I really love about working with the plants as well is that each plant has its own kind of positive medicinal or qualities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are similar in nature, but you know, you can also work with the various plant groups and combine them in a way that they're synergistic, right?
Yes.
So where they actually enhance, you know, the effects of one another, right? In combination. So either it be for pain relief or as an anti-inflammatory or to provide some immune support or energy, or you know, improve like your mood. I mean, it's just awesome, you know. So you can actually, with a plant-based supplement product like this, you can not only, you know, provide some relief in terms of discomfort, you can actually support the immune system, and also, you know, give a person a sense of well-being, right, in terms of just their mood, as opposed to the other drugs like the opioids and so forth that actually, they give you a euphoria, but they're distorting your cognitive function. They're causing all these other problems. And then they're habit forming.
Right.
So after a couple weeks, week and a half, 2 weeks, you know, it's just biochemical. There's no avoiding it, right? That's why people can be walking around alive taking 60, 70, 80 pills, and people are like, well, how's that person still alive? Because they don't work like that. Like, so they don't really work. A great example, just recently, unfortunately, another sad story. One of the Mellon family, from the Mellon banking family, you know, 53 years old, just, you know, died. He had an OxyContin addiction. He just died last week, you know, while he was trying to get treatment. Reports say he was taking 80 OxyContin pills a day. Yeah.
Oh,
so
my.
Yeah. I mean, and I would hear those stories all the time, right? And now we got a whole heroin epidemic, and we got, you know, the problems like the foster care system has been just flooded because of parents, you know, addicted to drugs or overdosing, and communities being destroyed. I mean, it's affecting the military, it's affecting our community. It doesn't discriminate. It doesn't matter your social economic status, or it doesn't matter, you know, if you're rich or poor. It does not. They don't discriminate.
It doesn't discriminate.
So we're really committed to, you know, helping mitigate this problem, you know, and we're going to do all we can to make sure that happens.
See, now I have to say Levare is an example of a supplement, a natural herbal supplement, the power of a natural herbal supplement when it's done right. I have to say, whatever it is that you have done with Levare, you certainly hit the nail on the head. You have done it right. Well,
we're going to keep working hard to make it better. We actually we're excited
about it. Better.
Yeah. Well, we just finished working on an enhanced formula. So one of the reasons, and we've been kind of telling the public, we kind of felt bad because we finished the enhanced formula, we tested it, and it was just awesome. Mm-hmm. So now we're going into the ramp up of changing the kind of the look and feel and packaging. I mean, similar color schemes and things like that, but ramping up the manufacturing so we can handle. When we did the enhanced formula, the demand was so significant. Basically we gave out a ton of samples, and then people just cleaned it out, because it worked so well. So we're probably a few weeks out from being able to completely, go full blast and make sure people have what they need. So we've been a little, we've been apologetic about that because we don't want to see people in pain and, and be waiting, right? So we're definitely going to make it up to people and do something nice for them, for being patient. But to one of the key points you made about the history of supplements, like supplements generally have been good plants and herbs. They haven't been able to measure up or be comparable to prescription products or OTC products. And then also there's been issues around, they're not really properly regulated. You don't know if what's in the bottle is supposed to be in it because they don't go through the same type of rigorous testing. And so that's been some of the issues with that whole community, which was also something that we really were concerned about, right? So we saw the pharma side as being significantly flawed because the products will generally have really bad side effects. Mm-hmm. But they do a lot of science, right? Because they have to go through FDA approval. So I give them that. That's a very, very rigorous process. But still, they have a lot of side effects that are causing a lot of problems. Mm-hmm. So, they test, they validate, but they're flawed, right? Then on the supplement side, they generally use anecdotal historical data and say, okay, these were used for that. So, hey, let's go ahead and put this together and sell this product. They don't test, they don't validate, they just go right to market. Right. And that's not necessarily, in our opinion, if you're going to develop something for public and human consumption, you should test and validate it, right? Yes. So number one, that it's safe and that it works, before you start, touting that they do. So we're really going to hope to also raise the standard in the industry.
Absolutely. And okay, so you have a new enhanced version of the product. Which version did I take?
I think you took the enhanced. Yeah, that was the, yeah. And that usually works pretty fast. Like it was like most people works within 15 minutes. Okay, so I could have came up to you and 15 minutes later, and you probably were already feeling better that fast. I think I just waited a little longer because of the way the event was, kind of unfolding. But yeah,
I know that I had to have certainly been feeling better because I know I wasn't thinking about it when you walked up to me. So I just don't know how long it had been that I hadn't been thinking about it or feeling it. You know what I mean? And I know that there's a lot of people who have approached me already about your product. People have said things about, oh, when's this, when am I going to be able to get this? And I've said,
no, it's coming. Tell them be patient. A couple weeks, we'll be ready to go. And what we're going to probably do is we're going to definitely continue the sample program. So people that were waiting, because it's on back order now. So people who have been waiting, we're definitely going to take good care of them. For sure. Good.
Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing this product not only in my house, but on store shelves.
In your house first.
In my house first, right. So when people are ready to order, now guys, don't order right now because he's on back order. Wait a couple weeks. But when people are ready to order, what is the website? Where would they go to order this product?
Sure. They'll be able to go to the Levare pain relief site. And actually probably, I think they may have set it up already. People can go in if they want and just kind of go into the back order list if they want to.
Okay.
Yeah, they can do that and just go in and place the order. They'll go into a back order status, or they can just wait. It'll probably just be a couple weeks. We'll finish the whole process. We'll make an announcement, and then we'll just kind of light the whole, the whole platform up, in terms of. But we'll send out like folks that have been on back order. We'll make sure they also get a a nice gift like a sample, and we'll take good care of them.
Awesome. So what is that web address?
Oh, it's www.levarepainrelief.com. Levare painrelief.com.
There you go. I think I'm going to go sign up. You know how badly I want this product. I know it works. I've tried it myself. And usually, I mean, historically, when I'm recommending products to people, I'll take them for probably a month at least just to get to know what the benefits are, how it affects me before I'll recommend them. I took Levare once, and I promise you it worked so well that I cannot wait to have it in my house. So it was a joy meeting you in Atlanta. It's been a joy interviewing you, Dr. Lomax. Is there anything you'd like to add before we end the interview?
No, it's been my pleasure, and an honor. And again, really excited about what you guys are doing at ASA, just the overarching mission, and David and you, obviously yourself, and all the wonderful people, and Jane. I mean, just awesome, and I'm just really, I mean, obviously we're focused on Levare and really helping people and dealing with this opioid crisis. But I got to tell you, what you guys are doing from a mission standpoint is very impressive. It's definitely needed. And we're going to do all we can to support that, as well. So definitely it's our honor and privilege to kind of go on this journey with you guys, and we're excited about it for sure.
Yeah, we're honored that you've partnered with ASA as well. We look forward to our future relationship, our continued relationship with you and with Levare. And it's always a pleasure talking to you, Dr. Lomax.
Awesome. Hopefully I'll see you all again soon, and we'll make sure we get you loaded up at home soon too. So we're pain-free. Levare, get a lot of relief from Levare and be pain-free.
That's right. Make sure you make a lot of that stuff, because I know a lot of people are wanting it. So.
Hey, that's what's taking us so long, because the demand was so significant. Now we're gonna really scale it, so that way we don't have any, we don't ever run out of stock, and now we could just really, really, really focus on, helping the masses.
Right, and that speaks volumes about your product. If the demand was that big before you came out with an enhanced version, oh my, imagine what it's going to be now.
Yeah, so we got our work cut out for us, but hey, we're trying to help folks, so we're committed to it, and we're going to do our best to continue to improve upon what we started, and respond to the demands and needs of the public. So we're focused on that.
Absolutely. Well, it's been a pleasure interviewing you, Dr. Lomax. Thank you for giving me a bit of your time. I know it's very difficult for you to carve some time out, so I appreciate that.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
My honor, privilege.
Okay, well, I hope to talk to you again soon. I hope to see you again soon, and maybe even see you again in the Eagle's Nest supporting other entrepreneurs at some point.
Hey, be my pleasure. We got to pay it forward, right?
That's right. Thank you so much. I look forward to our next discussion.
Okay, we'll talk to you soon.
Bye for now.
All right, bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed the interview today. If you or someone you know has a business that needs funding, please visit www.asafunding.com and fill the application out there. Again, the address is www.asafunding.com. If you or someone you know would like to join the movement and support other entrepreneurs with their businesses and their projects, and also have the opportunity to earn money for doing so, please visit www.asacampaign.com. Again, that web address is www.asacampaign.com. Thank you for joining us today. Until next time, this is Vanessa Chamberlain with Americans Serving Americans. Have a great day.